Hey there, Postal here. So today we are taking out the A-26B. This was a requested flight. And who am I to argue with taking out this plane? So we got an AD-10C on my team. I love that plane if you don't know. So unfortunately it's a tier 6 battle with 3 sectors, which is just stupid.
Get ready for action. Let's go.
So we'll see if this is even a worthy enough video for, you know what, actually we're going to go center. A worthy enough video for YouTube, we'll find out. What is the A-26B? Well, it is the first American bomber that was available in-game after 2.0. And it is the first bomber I actually liked. So I won like a Ju-88. What am I doing? I'm over here fighting like a moron. Which this plane can do. I did it. Let's see if I can do something silly here. Nope. Being a little bit too nutty, this is not going to do, is it? Turn, baby. Get some bombs dropped here. And then we'll drop the last of them here. It was totally in attack mode rather than bomb mode. Which you can do in this plane pretty easily. Which is what I like about this plane. This plane can actually defend itself, which is a pretty nice thing. Anyway, so we got this sector even after all my F-ups. We do not have either of the military bases, but again, that's my F-up. We got our bombs back though, because this plane gets bombs back pretty quickly. Let's get down to a manageable altitude here. Oh, 10 seconds, 9 seconds before any of this kind of shenanigans is available. Hey Zane, how's it going? Hey look, a frickin' American bomber that has guns that actually scare people. Amazing. I'm stuck on the B-17 at tier 6, which is not scary at all. If you've ever gone up against one of them, you know how not scary it is. We're going to do 2 loads here.
The enemy is launching rockets at us from the military
there.
base. Take action.
Go.
All positions are captured by the enemy.
But
you must turn the tide of the battle.
Yeah, see, the problem with 3 sectors is, like, if it gets to air supremacy, because your guy in the A-26 bomber sucks, then, you know, it's very difficult to overcome that shenanigans. Knock out your engine. Cool. A-26B is really, really good at being a multi-role more than a bomber, in my humble opinion. Yeah, the focus is definitely on bombing, but you can do stuff like this that you can't do in normal bombers. So, oh man, bad angle, Postal. But we'll try to slow down here and drop some bombs there. Drop some bombs there, drop some bombs. I'm just going to drop them all here. We'll definitely get that. And let's move on to the garrison, I guess. Actually, we are going to move on, let's move on to the garrison. We'll cap the garrison. It's only like, 20 seconds or whatever for the rest of the reload here. What is that? Ugh. Don't really want to deal with that. Can't really avoid it, so should I turn back towards him? Ow. See what we can do with our rear gunner here. Dealing with a Key 102 and a P-38. drop our bombs while we can. Can we?
They've almost got us.
No, leave me alone. Nope. Oh, BF-109E guy. Nice. With his fancy schmancy paint.
We are controlling the military.
Now we've got both
bases.
military
Give the enemy
bases,
a hard
so
time.
we actually will be set up for success. Will we be able to pull off a win? Who the hell knows? Let's find out. See if we can defend that sector with the people that are able to defend.
Air supremacy achieved.
Supremacy, but we need to go defend that. Defend that like a mofo. In the meantime, and we'll try to take out some airplanes while we can. Excellent. I'm gonna go where there's only a couple planes, just because I've got the ability to. I'm gonna dive down. I don't have the ability to like really dogfight like you would normally, but I've got the ability to take people on one-on-one, right? P-38. Do that. There he is.
Be advised, a line of thunderstorms is approaching. We'll soon be
They've
unable
got
to
that
prevent
that sector. Let's see if we can do anything about it. That one there. We're gonna move on as we should. Let's get this guy because we've actually got he's got such little hit points, we might be able to get him. Excellent. And come on, you.
We cannot support you any longer. The storm is too
Keep on
heavy.
boosting.
Do you copy? Over.
Got a heavy plane inbound, of course. Oh, I totally missed the freaking bombing run there. That sucks, but we'll get a couple here. Oh, I guess we dropped them all there, didn't we? Nope. Shit. That hurt. Not worried about the P-38, because P-38 is going to go flying past me, but I might be able to get this P-41. Nice. Nope.
Turn back.
Game over.
The enemy force is too strong.
Well, I screwed that up in the beginning. And, yeah, man, that BF-109E was kicking everybody's butt, huh? So even after screwing that up, though, you could see where we would have been able to actually win that game. Let's head on back. Alright, so that's our battle. Really piss poor, in my opinion. You know, I was able to kind of turn it around and make some sort of battle out of it, but considering my complete screw up in the beginning, and the fact of the matter that I'm not a very good bomber pilot in general, in my opinion, it shows you the power of this plane. It has a lot of flexibility that you wouldn't really have in, oh God knows, in a frickin' B-17G. This plane actually reminds me a little bit more of a PE-2 M82, to be honest. And we'll actually compare the two in just a second. So 13,000, give a big old frickin' GG to this guy here. He definitely got over 10,000. And yeah, so I mean, kudos to him. He won that game for his team for sure. Those heavies on the enemy team were definitely being a pain in the butt. But this is a tier 6 premium American bomber, so I was able to make 100,000 credits off of it. I've actually got mine set up with some special project at the USA gun site for the turret. Granted, I'm not specialized or anywhere close to being specialized on this particular plane. Need to get some more capture points. If I was, I don't even know like if it would make a huge difference. I guess you'd get universal ammo on the turret, and the forward cockpit equipment. I mean, there's no point in getting the sights on the equipment, so I guess I would be getting armor protection. Again, it doesn't seem to make a huge amount of difference, other than the fact that I can change this all to beyond improved. I can put it to advanced and ultimate, right? And that'll certainly help. Bombing accuracy. I wonder if... yeah, I guess I might as well do that. Anyway. And I've got so much freaking premium explosives that I'm actually using the premium explosives. I still have 109 in the depot. So holy crap to that, right? Yeah, so I didn't find a need for having engine cooling on here, so I've just got the improved mixture controller. And then I've got this generic paint on here, but I really do like my paint scheme just because of these guys here, right? So hopefully I'm building up my B-17G pilots and gunner a little bit more. I know, obviously, in this game you don't need to have a bomber pilot in here. I could put my, a Saber pilot in here if I wanted to. But I figure, just for apples to apples, I was going to put my B-17G pilot and gunner in here. I'm trying to get one more point on here so that way I can get defensive fire for my next skill point on this particular gunner, and that way I can get a little bit more, basically you get more survivability out of that, right? So yeah, this is the first bomber that I actually enjoyed. I forget why I got it. I mean, it must have been on some sort of crazy discount. I might have won it out of a crate, but probably not. I mean, who knows? It's been such a long time. But this is the reason I started actually playing bombers again. When you compare it to something like the PE2, I don't know. So the gun armament for the A-26 is definitely a lot better. The bombs and rockets, I know for a fact are better just because you get so many more bombs out of the A-26. Yeah, the bombs are, they're dropped in groups rather than individual, but they're small enough in their groupings. You've got 4 groupings, so you basically have 4 bombs. Here you've got 4 bombs, and so it's basically the same thing. The reload time, even with the extended reload time on the A-26, is still less. Your survivability, yada yada, you got more survivability. What makes this plane, it says its maneuverability is 13. I don't believe it. Like you saw some of the things I was doing in there and able to do, and it really does feel a lot more like this plane than any other bomber in the game. Now granted, a PE2 is very maneuverable for a bomber, but this plane I just think is, the A-26B is really a well-balanced machine at tier 6, and I just hate bombers that can't defend themselves very well, or bombers like the A-17G that its only defense is all of its, defensive turrets, but they all kind of suck. Like, yeah, the cumulative damage says it's 528. I'm not getting that out of these guns by any means. It's just that's its only defense. It can't go fast. It can't turn at all. Look at the maneuverability. 1. Anyway, and so because of that, I really don't enjoy this plane, because the best defense for this plane is to completely avoid any kind of interactions at all, and sometimes you can't do that in bombers, as you saw in ye old A-26. Sometimes I just had to get in there while I was reloading bombs and get a couple kills. Fortunately, it still ended up with a win, but again, that is 100% because I'm a moron in the beginning of the game, and I wasn't trying to flip a sector. I was trying to shoot stuff. So don't do as I do as I say. Obviously, use your bombs first, and then use your guns as supplemental to be able to do a fair amount of damage to the enemy aircraft for sure. And so I like to play this kind of more like a multi-role, honestly and truly. But more focused on the ground attack, obviously, than the air-to-air attack. It's like a multi-role in that you can use these guns very effectively to take out enemy aircraft, especially, as you noticed at the end there, I was going towards a sector that only had 2 enemy aircraft, because you can take on 2 enemy aircraft because they're focused on other things. If you go into a sector that has 6 enemy aircraft, then you become the focus of somebody's attention, and then you will die because you do not have the ability to, you don't have that kind of flexibility. Got a lot of flexibility for a bomber, but not, flexibility as a fighter. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this particular battle. I wish it was a win, but I also wish, honestly, I wish it was better gameplay, but I'm completely out of time today. Had a bunch of errands I had to take care of, a bunch of things that just need to be taken care of in general. I'm going to be trying to stream later this afternoon, and we're going to see how that goes. I've got maybe a surprise, so we'll see. Anyway, we'll see if I even stream, and if I do stream, we'll see if I'm able to have a surprise. Otherwise, have a great day, and I will catch you later. Bye.